How you guys doing? All right, thank you guys for coming to X Games. I meant to say AX Games. Thanks for, it's past 7. I know everybody's getting hungry, and actually you guys came here instead of seeing somebody's mechanic chew right now or something. So thank you guys for choosing us. If you guys don't mind just doing some like crazy thing, we're just gonna all shoot like a picture and some video real quick to tweet. So if you guys don't mind, on the count of 3. Ready? Awesome, thanks. So we have some important stuff to talk about. I'm way over here. Yes, we have Q&A too. But before we get to Q&A, I've made this fancy schmancy PowerPoint presentation. I think you guys know how incredible my business skills are, so this is about as good as I can do. PowerPoint. No, but you can see it's past, present, and future. So there is a little bit of a walk through the past. Some of you guys may already know sort of the TOKYOPOP history, but then there are probably a few of you guys who are kind of recent to the TOKYOPOP world, and so I thought I would kind of get you up to speed. So, don't they say like, what is it? If we don't know where we're from, we don't know where we're going? Or something like that? Yeah. Is that the phrase? Something like that. By the way, if you guys are cosplaying, would you mind just standing up for a sec so we can see all the cosplayers? Ladies and gentlemen, the cosplayers! You guys are awesome. I have to say, just to show kind of a little bit of a hint that I'm an old guy, when Anime Expo, my first Anime Expos, there was probably not a single cosplayer in the entire place. So we have all evolved is the point. So thanks to you guys, Anime Expo is way more fun now. Yeah! So today, we were talking first about the past. So we can kind of, there's a lot more to talk about in the past than there is in the present. So there's a lot to review. Then the present, we have a few special guests today. To my left is from the RightStuf, Alison Roberts. And to my left, not only from TOKYOPOP editorial, but also an infamous blogger out on the interwebs, we have Danielle Orihuela-Gruber. And to my right, from TOKYOPOP powered by Nerdist, we have Dan Casey. So then we're going to briefly talk about the future. Then we will have some Q&A. And after that, don't we have something to add?
We have some Hetalia trivia for you guys, and if you can see up here, we have some beautiful brand new Hetalia Volume 3. So bust out your trivia knowledge, because I have many levels of difficulty awaiting you.
So we have 5 of these as prizes to give away at the end. So, oh, and then if you didn't get any Bizenghast stickers or other stickers, feel free afterwards to come grab as many stickers as you want. That's for you guys. So, so with no further ado, oh, who's texting? Turn that off. So on with the panel. So who am I? The past. The past. So who am I? My name is Stu, and just in case, just anything you guys ever wanted to know about me, you don't have to read it on the internet. You can just look up here. These are the facts, which is, first, I'm an old dude. I'm 45. I was born in the 60s. Yeah! 60s? Yeah! And another 60s guy up there. And not from the 60s. You like the 60s? You like the 60s? Yes. So yeah, so I'm kind of an old school geek. So the things I was into when I was a little kid was stuff that you probably never heard of, like Dungeons and Dragons. There's some book I was reading when I was a kid called like Lord of the Rings or something like that. And then my pride and joy was I was like 11 and the Rubik's Cube came out and I could do it in 20 seconds. I was trying to do it for my niece the other day who's 8, and I can make it to the 2 layers, and the 3rd layer I forgot all my moves. And then she's just like, oh. Yeah, kids. So that's kind of my like why I'm a geek, because I was into that stuff when I was a kid. Then as I got a little bit older, my brain went into 2 ways. One way is kind of graphic design and art and all of that, and the other way is law. I became a lawyer. Yes. Which was
objection.
Yeah, that's what my parents said too. And then when I was 21, I went to Japan, and that changed my life. And at that point in time, there wasn't such a thing as the internet, so we didn't get to learn anything about Japan other than it seemed like a pretty cool place. And so I got to live there, and when I was there, I got addicted to this little show called Dragon Ball Z, which happened to be on TV in Japan at the time. And I was living with a family, a Japanese family, and a brother. Every night at dinner, the TV was on, and it was always Dragon Ball Z. And when I was a kid, my parents wouldn't let us watch TV during dinner. So this was like heaven. Watching TV, especially Dragon Ball Z, and eating homemade Japanese food. I enjoyed that. I can't hear you guys. What? Japanese food? Is that what you eat? Any food. Any food. You should have ordered pizza for this. Not too late. Also, let's see how fast Domino's really is. So, and then I was also into like Japanese dramas and singing karaoke and all that kind of stuff. And then when I first started in my career, I tried to do production through this little thing. I realized I just remembered this. I had this little company that didn't do very well named Triangle World, and we were trying to do music videos and produce things like that from the Japanese singers here in the States. And this was like in '91, so we were a little early. And then I got into CD-ROM, which there's these shiny discs that people used to put in their computers. We don't have those anymore. But we used to put out stuff in Japan. That was my next business. I put out stuff in Japan on CD-ROM because it was before the web. And one of the things that's kind of I'm most proud of is we put out these Christmas card things that you can make. It's printing software, and we had one for Macross that we made. We got the rights. We did Macross, and then we had one for Sailor Moon. That was pretty cool stuff. And then that led into me somehow convincing a company called Kodansha to give me the rights to publish Sailor Moon in the States. And they were like, you're absolutely nuts. Why would anybody buy a comic book about girls in America? They're like, I guess, nobody else. You know, at the time they were licensing stuff to Dark Horse, and like, Dark Horse doesn't want it, so sure, try it. And it kind of worked. So that was TOKYOPOP. And then, so me personally, just the last thing there, so some of you may know, I love movies. I love film. I'm a filmmaker. It's always been my dream was to kind of bridge Japan and America, you know, their creativity and film and that sort of thing, as well as music, and I'm into running and travel and design, and I love tech. So TOKYOPOP, in the very beginning, these are the kinds of things we did. So our first name was Mix. Who remembers that we were called Mix? Raise your hand. Actually, a few people. Okay, good. So all of you other guys didn't know that? We were called Mix in the very beginning, and we started with a magazine that had Sailor Moon and some other titles. Anybody remember the 4 manga that were in the original Mix zine?